think it's hard not to walk into this space and just be taken aback by the whole thing. Hit you in the head with something that is completely transcendent.
Growing up, my parents just always placed a very heavy emphasis on going to college, and pretty much each night before we would go to bed, my dad would say, remember, girls, nothing good comes easy.
It's absolutely essential to think about the way in which this place is laid out and defined to invite not just study, but devotion. Having the statues here, having the icons, gives students permission not to be embarrassed by devotional instincts they might have.
From the first second that my family and I drove down Notre Dame Avenue, I knew this is where all of my hard work is mounting towards. I'm going to go to Notre Dame.
The founder of the Congregation of Holy Cross had this very specific vision of education being not just an intellectual formation, but a formation of the entire person, of the integrity of a person.
If you go to a secular campus, they say they educate the whole person, and they have all of this language, but there's no sense in which most secular schools are a sacred space or conceive of themselves that way.
After getting the acceptance letter, I got the aid package, which was not reflective of the fact that my dad had lost one of his jobs. My mom had the idea to just go to the grotto and pray about it. Part of me felt like, this is kind of like a punch in the stomach if I'm going to this campus that I might not be able to attend. When I was walking back, there was an older man sitting on a bench. He had recently lost his wife. He asked why I was interested in Notre Dame, and I said that, I got accepted and I might go to Notre Dame, and we never ever spoke about my financial situation.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Oh, good. Good to see you.
Why was going to the grotto so important to you and special to you in that time?
Well, it was a spiritual thing. I kept praying in a thankful way. I try not to pray for something. Makes me feel better.
Mm-hmm. When Jerry so graciously called my mom and shared that he wanted to support my education, one of my thoughts was like, how did the thing that we went to the grotto to pray for that day become resolved in less than 24 hours? For that to be resolved with such ease was so contrary to my natural disposition that had been instilled in me by my father. I just remember struggling a lot that semester because I just felt like I had so much to prove.
To get to this place requires a lot of work, and they have spent 4 years of high school trying to achieve the goal of coming here, and that goal is sort of all about them.
I shared my grades with Jerry, and I remember being worried about a minus behind an A. I found myself staying later hours at the library, and so maybe I would miss Wednesday waffle mass at my dorm. Anything that had some sort of metric would be the priority that would sidestep your prayer life.
The temptation is you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can engage Platonic philosophy and ascend to a vision of beauty itself or something.
But the struggle, of course, is that that mindset means that there's no room for God.
My senior fall, I started realizing like, oh, I think I want to run the Holy Half. So I began to train and run around the lakes. I found myself at the end of my runs looping back and going to the grotto, and I find a plaque from an alum who was reflecting on his deathbed how he longed for the grotto. And how sacred this space was to him.
A place almost fails as a sacred space, I suppose, if there's no devotion. What really, in some ways, constitutes that a sacred place is the devotion that is attached to it, that occurs there. This is a place where healing can occur. Precisely because of the sacredness of it.
When I reflect on my experience and I think about what I'd want to pass on to the next Elizabeth who would come here and have this sense of great responsibility, I would want to affirm her desire to use her gifts to their greatest potential. At the same time, you should be very intentional about how you are spending your time here at Notre Dame. There's so many things that you don't want to pass you by, but one of them is most certainly is missing the fruits and gifts that Our Lady and all the sacred spaces here have to offer.
There's a sense of an intimate personal gift that's on offer. The sacred spaces, more properly speaking, bear that treasure.
The very makeup of this campus can convey and should convey that it's okay that there's something bigger than you.